Okay, so another day, another series, man, and this one is Kyle's Fly Groove Chronicles 535 mini-series. Good lord, I'm just making these names longer. Anyway, we're starting off with Slash, the Unholy, and this one is featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. You know this is gonna be good. You just know it. So, yeah. So, let's rock and roll, man. Yet another series. Let's see what we've got over here. Let's see if we can podium this. Let's try it. Let's go. I forgot to mention that the song's name is called The Unholy.
Evil shadows, they are falling, and the misty-eyed are calling to a God so far. People, troubled times are coming, still you wonder why I'm running. I will take no part. I know it was you this time. I know it was you this time. I've seen with my own two eyes. You lied, you lied. Unholy, so how can you justify a lie?
Miles Kennedy, man. Miles Kennedy, man, you just don't play games, and also Slash on the guitar. I mean, this you know this is going to be a hot track. So we're starting with a super hot track. I like what he said as he began, though, where he literally said that, you know, evil's coming and the misty-eyed are looking for a God that's very far away. It almost feels like God is too far away. It's almost like he's given up, right, on society. I don't think actually God's given up on society. I think society's given up on God, and that's where you're going. That's why you see society the way it is, all right? And it's not God in terms of the man in the sky and whatever else. It's actually God within yourself. I always say this, right? Because people tend to be like, oh no, but you believe there's a man in the sky. No, it doesn't matter. Whatever religion you believe in, but it's something that is bigger and greater than you are, right? Because we are worshiping beings. That never changes. I say this all the time. We are worshiping beings. We're gonna worship something. And if we don't worship something that's greater than us, right? If we don't worship above our decadence and temptations, we're going to worship ourselves and we're going to worship the mundane. That's why it's unbelievably important to have some sort of faith and belief in something outside of monetary gain and outside of the mundane and outside of cheap temptations and things of that nature. Let's go.
One more sacred alibi, concealing your crimes until the end of time. Oh, why? It's you that should be crucified.
Yo, heavy. That's you who should be crucified. Who's he talking about? Is he talking about someone in particular? For those of you who know, is he talking about someone in particular, or is he talking about the actual elite and political class that do all of these evil, malevolent, hedonistic, evil things, right? And then pass them off as good. Who's he talking about over here?
It's you that should be crucified. Echoes of your true intentions. Well, I guess you failed to mention what was in your heart. Now I said all so clearly, what you did to them has nearly torn us all apart.
What you did to them has nearly torn us all apart. Who is he talking about? Who's he talking to? I think he's talking to the political class. It's not like Alter Bridge and Miles Kennedy and guys like that don't do the political songs as well. They don't do them as heavy as other people. But the crazy thing is, I just look now over here. They are talking about the world sort of falling apart, the world on fire. 9 years ago. 9 years. Look, we've been seeing this coming for the past 3 decades. At the end of the day, you could actually see progressivism, and you could see the hedonistic tendencies starting to like permeate society, right? This is not something that just started now. This started years and years and years ago, right? And the moment you start seeing the political elite starting to acquiesce to more and more and more and more and more of this, to the point that you have the right to do everything and anything, right? We were going to get to where we are in 2023, where everything just seems to be completely and utterly collapsing and nobody knows right from wrong anymore. But yeah, it's been a gradual progression going decades back. It's not just like it just started in the past 5 years.
What you did to them has nearly torn us all apart. I know it was you this time. I know it was you this time. To them like a
Who's it talking about?
You lie, you lie. Unholy, so vile. How can you justify a lie? One more sacred alibi, concealing your crimes until the end of time. Oh, why? It's you that should be crucified. You say on your knees and you don't believe now. Don't question a thing at all. Just receive.
Miles' voice though, oh my god, it just cuts like a blade, man. Seriously, Miles' voice is just something special, man.
What you're meant to see now.
It's a good track, this.
Evil shadows, they are falling, and the misty are calling. You will break their hearts.
See, that over there is what actually tells me that this is more like a political type song. It's like evil's coming and the misty eyed are calling for a God that's so far. Do you know what I mean? So, and that was now, you're talking about 9 years ago. We're talking about today where, you know, people are pushing, politicians are pushing to take Bibles out of schools, religion out of schools and things like that. Right? And some people will sit there and be like, no, it's good, but whatever else they want to go through. No, children actually need that. Children need a faith. They need something to believe in. They need something that's outside of themselves to believe in, or else they create echo chambers and they think that they are the most important people on earth. They will think that they should be the pinnacle point of your universe, not even their own universe. They need to be the pinnacle point of your universe. And that's what you're seeing with the younger generation today, right? Because that God is so far away and there's nothing for them to worship other than superficial garbage that's online, and to turn to idolatry and to look at all of these fucking celebrities and all those kind of people and lionize them, adulate them to the point that they are the golden calf, right? That's when they lose themselves, because it's all about temptations. They think that their bodies are literally just these bags of flesh, that it's all about how much can I pleasure myself in every single which way. If there's any level of comfortability, I need to be able to pop something to take away that uncomfortability, right? I need to pop a pill for this, pop a pill for that, pop anything that I cannot be. Nothing can fall at my feet that is uncomfortable. I can't be uncomfortable as a human being, right? So this is a really, really bad state of affairs when you have a young society that turns to idolatry and looks at celebrities and people of the sort as gods, right? And then on top of that, they think themselves to be gods. They think themselves are as if they are the most important, and the way they want to be seen. They're not actually happy with themselves. It's always an outward projection that in order for you to validate me, you've got to do what I tell you to do, which is terrible, because it doesn't matter how much you will affirm that. At the end of the day, they will never be happy with themselves, because anybody that is happy with themselves does not need anybody else to validate that, right? I'm happy with I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I don't give a fuck how people validate me. It means absolutely nothing to me. I don't need to be the center of somebody else's universe. And finally, we are having a society that is the actual crux of the human soul is to always be in service to others. And we are building a society where our people are only in service to themselves, right? And have this narcissistic, nihilistic, very self-centered doctrine that I am the one that should be getting everything. I should be receiving all of the time from the government, from the population, from my mother, from my community. Everybody needs to give me because I'm too important. That's the difference. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's politicians today are playing on, right? Because they've lost the working class vote. So today they're going to turn to the radical, and they're going to turn to all of these different ideologies and different narratives to try and play on them to actually get a voter base at some point, right? And then they call themselves progressive. They're not. Progressivism means that you're actually progressing society, not regressing society. And all of these policies and all of these things that are actually being put in place, right, is actually regressing society. Education system's fucked. Crime is fucked. Just look at everything, right? Just look at the numbers, the statistics, everything. It doesn't lie. Everything is fucked, right? Child psychology, in terms of like psychological status of children today, is fucked. Men being lonely, women being lonely, fucked. Dating scenes, fucked. People sort of like just general well-being and joy and psychological state, fucked. Do you know what I mean? We're not progressing anything. We're regressing, and we're calling it progression. It's the perception of goodness while being evil. It's terrible.
Unholy, so vile. How can you justify a lie? One more sacred alibi, concealing your crimes until the end of time. Oh, why? It's you that should be crucified.
Drumming on this is amazing as well. Bro, the texture of this man's voice is absolutely great. I'm broken, I just love the texture of his voice, man.
Like broken, how they cry, they only gave you heart and mind. How can you justify they love you? Your father, don't deny you taught them like a sacrifice. We finally know the truth about
The heater,
you.
he's starting with the heater. definitely think he's talking about politicians over here. I might be wrong. I might be going completely off track over here. You let me down in the comment section, but that you let me know down in the comment section. But yeah, definitely, I think.
Concealing your crimes, but now they see this time the blind will deny you.
Fire. We started off with a heater, man. Yeah, we started off with a proper heater. Now this is a fire track. Fire track. Okay, so we on